Tune in to Junkies TV every Sunday at 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Presidential, monumental, Mount Rushmore. I up my stock, that's evidential. Why they rush more?
Welcome to Junkies TV. Today we got ProdiReign in the building.
Yeah. ProdiReign, aka Prince, motherfucking Zilla. You already know, man. Junkies TV. What's happening?
That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's get into it. Let our audience know where ProdiReign is from.
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Uptown to be exact. You know what I mean? Coming down here, I'm in the ATL right now. Putting on like I usually do, so put on for me. Share this motherfucker. Subscribe to goddamn Junkie TV. Y'all already know it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Rocky.
All right, so tell our audience a little bit about yourself. That what they might not know about ProdiReign.
What they might not know is a lot of people see me and they don't know the many things that I do and have done. I got a huge history in my city since I was 14 years old, traveling from fucking Atlanta, California, doing BET after parties when I was real young. I've been seasoned with any veteran in the city pretty much know my track record. A lot of people don't know that, actually. A lot of people don't know all of my hands and everything that I do in not only the upfront culture of the city, but like the background of I done groomed a lot of artists, sound, and I'm an audio engineer, producer, as well as being an artist. I keep artistry to my forefront, so that's what people know me most as. But I do a lot, actually.
Okay, how would you describe your music?
I would describe my music. I try not to box it too much, but people I hear a lot like Kendrick, J. Cole, and stuff like that. I really think I'm in my own zone and I'm in my own lane. Like especially like nowadays, I'm in the process of. I feel like my music is changing a lot. Like people gonna really have to eat it up and see what goes on. But honestly, man, it's just to me, it's positive. It's aggressive. It's rough. It's rugged.
Yeah.
It's spiritual, lyrical, and melodic.
Well-rounded.
Yeah. I try to touch every base of the, mind, body, soul.
That's what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't even say I'm necessarily a conscious artist so much, like I am, but I'm just a conscious person, and I think that I just kind of let music come how it come, cause I got, one thing I like about Tupac was he's just, he is a human being, and I just feel like that's the same thing with me. Like I tried so hard. It was one point in time where I think after I dropped my first project, which was called Throne Coming, and I just kept hearing the same shit, like, man, you want some J. Cole, Kendrick shit, which is kind of dope, but at the same time, it's like, nah, man, I'm the first me. I got my own story. I got my own style. I wanted people to, resonate with that a little more, but,
exactly.
Tupac was just human, man. I'm just every side of me is in my music. You might hear some shit that conflict. Like, I'm a paradox just as any other human being, so I couldn't really even box myself. But but my music does have those components, though.
That's a great model. Tupac is a great model, and to be even in a conversation with a J. Cole and Kendrick, that speaks volumes as well. Okay, name selection, ProdiReign. I know name selection can be intense. I'm trying to reflect on just who you are. How did you develop that name for yourself?
Yeah, well, ProdiReign was pretty deep, man. I actually, in my younger days when I was 14 years old, doing everything that I did at a young age, my name was Chops back in the day. I mean, the mouth. And they used to always call me the young prodigy. I mean, I was 14.
Yeah.
I was 14 years old. I had grown ass men trying to beef with me, like, and shit, like real nervous that I came on the scene because my presence was so strong. Like I was exactly how I am now back then. A young monster. They like young prodigy. So that always stuck with me. I ended up doing 3 years in prison for robbery when I was 18 years old. And in that time of sitting down, I just kind of just cleansed myself and broke myself down, rebuilt myself, went through all type of processes, and it was sort of like a rebirth. And all it kept ringing was young prodigy. So that's the thing that's still connected. So that's what it's short for, prodigy and prodigious, which means magnificent, large in extent, size or degree.
That's what I'm talking about.
And reign, that's just self-explanatory, because I feel like I manifested that being locked up. Just like I knew I was gonna reign. I knew I was gonna have my time. Like people gonna respect what I got going on, because that's just my energy. So that's how that name came about.
And you spoke about being young in that whole era. How long have you actually been doing music or entertainment?
Yeah, since I was 14 years old, seriously. You know, getting in the studio and stuff like that. And speaking of names as well, man, I'm AKA Prince Zilla.
Yeah.
Prince Zilla, man. So y'all remember I got some you know, but I'm gonna sit on that. I got some shit going on with that, but you know, that's kind of self-explanatory. That's more same thing. It mean the same thing as ProdiReign. It's just more simply put and in your face, so you understand.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you actually own the studio as well as an artist. How important for your career was it to be able to record on demand and control your environment?
Man, a major blessing. I think even more than recording myself, which I do. I record. A lot of people don't know that. I mix and master, record. I produce 90% of my own music. But I would say even more than recording myself, but being able to absorb and groom other artists, in turn for me really grew the way I structure a song is so out this roof now, because I've worked with so many talented artists and underdeveloped artists. Like I work with a singer, and I would write for the singer. I would, like, in the booth, I would write for him. I would tell him, hey, nah, hit that like this. Whoa. And then after a while, I'm like, man, I could do that shit. You know what I mean? Start fucking around with some, you know, different, you know, that's how I started actually using like auto-tune and shit like that. Just learning myself through other artists. So I think that was the best experience for me as an artist.
And developing too.
Yeah.
That's great. And you also have a clothing line as well.
Yeah. The Prodigious Way. I got some pretty big things too underway with that too. Very catchy logo, very defining of like my character too. Like it's kind of just prodigious to me. Always been, and for other people that follow me, always been like a way of life. Like you just do everything magnificent, larger than life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that's about.
Okay, now
we just need that prodigious junkie, you know, collaboration, and we'll be all right.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
You know,
the visual mixtape, Phoenix Smoke.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, Phoenix Smoke, basically just where it came from. You know, I went through many stages of rebirth as a person, as that, like where my name come from. I feel like I'm a Virgo, so I'm always a virgin to this shit. I'm always new. I'm always revamping, you know what I'm saying? And Phoenix Smoke came about from just kind of honestly coming out of some dark times in a dark place. I done dealt with a lot being a boss of my company in my city, where, you know, that's unpermitted if you ain't, how can I say, if you don't follow politics, it was unpermitted what I did for the city. How I made an impact on the city wasn't permitted. Like that's forbidden. That's unheard of. To do it like I did it without selling dope, or without a nigga behind me that's selling dope, or you know what I'm saying. So, and I got a lot of more love than hate, but I got a lot of hate just from just doing good. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what Phoenix Smoke came about. I was just angry for real. Like I'm about to give y'all niggas some smoke.
Exactly.
So that's really what that, and it's also was because I ended up closing my first building, and I ended up getting another building and doing it bigger and better.
Okay.
But at the time when I closed my first building, it was due to just a lot of jealousy, just a lot of negative things was coming my way, and I just felt like I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Like, or a motherfucker would have. I would have been out of here. That's just what it is. It get deep though. There's a lot of spiritual, you know, shit behind that. But Phoenix Smoke was just that me asserting myself after that, and just kind of standing firm, and you know, and in this process of another process of rebirth and another process of growth, you know. So and I also was just feeding my base as well. Cause I'm already sitting on an album, probably an album and a half. So Phoenix Smoke was just kind of like, that's the introduction to some of this new content I'm dropping.
Gotcha.
Because I never really, as an artist, I'm one of those like mystique artists. I don't really drop a whole lot, but when I do drop,
It means
you know, it means something. They eat it up. But I wanted to be like, you know what? Like I ain't even rock none of my beats on Phoenix Smoke. I did all industry beats, and I normally produce all my music.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to step back. I just wanted to be an artist and just
gotcha.
you know let out some steam or smoke rather. You know what I'm saying? And, shout out to Cody Beats too. I actually the first time I really did industry beats like that, and one of the really big producer, man, really talented. He actually caught wind of it and reached out to me.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Just send me like 50 beats. So shout out to Cody Beats. He's super fire. So check him out
That's
too.
respect. And you develop a strong relationship here in Atlanta. What was the draw to Atlanta?
Well, I've been back and forth here for a year straight. I've been back and forth a whole lot. So, you know, coming from where I come from, which is Cincinnati, Ohio, you know, I always try to make it my business to travel. I told myself after I closed my first building that I was like, I'm going to have to really travel. My business is doing successful. Yeah. One of the most successful studios in Cincinnati, Ohio. One of the best, hands down. It was just the opportunity ceiling was closing in. And I started to feel myself getting wrapped up in the hustle and bustle of the daily routine of, you know, making money and I'm helping other people and shit like that. But I had to stop and realize, like, I got to go.
Yeah.
Like, I got the shit.
Growth.
Like, I'm grooming everybody else and I'm caring about everybody else so much, I almost forgot, like, nah, you got the shit.
Yeah.
You got to do something with it, you know. So that's one of my biggest motivations for getting out here and you know, moving and shaking the way I have.
That's what it is. And you certainly got a large social presence. How vital is social media exposure and marketing, promoting everything that you got?
Definitely very important. Marketing in general. I mean, because you could be as dope as All Outdoors, but if nobody knows you're there, then, you know, I mean, what is it? It's nothing. Yeah. So, you know, I'm definitely grateful for every one person that follow me or, you know, that find interest in what I do, because it's a pool of so many. So I feel like, you know, I feel very highly favored, you know, for having such a presence, even if it's a small amount. I appreciate.
That's
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about. Very humble guy, man. Yeah. I appreciate that.
It's very important. I feel like I could do a lot, you know, more with it, but you know, we'll work on that.
It's all an application.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
All an application, and CEO and branding. What's your approach to branding?
My approach to branding has always been, I believe in human capital. I mean, yeah, it's the internet and shit like that, which is, you know, vital. I got some dope shit about that. But, you know, it's some moral things that people can take on themselves to really get to the next level. People got to understand, it's it's a number game, but at the same time, this never fucking changes. It still boils down to who you know. No matter how dope you are, no matter how many numbers you putting up, numbers you got, like. And I just want to say to the artists out there who feel like, man, damn, my numbers ain't right here, so I ain't gonna get this and that. Man, that ain't true, man.
Yeah.
It's not fucking true. You'll get lost in the numbers. It ain't about the numbers. It's about the words, the letters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people. You know what I'm saying? And the impact that you making on every individual that you know what I mean? Because it's still about who you know, man. And my biggest thing, too, about coming down here was putting myself in a position to know such people.
Exactly.
It wasn't that, you know, because I feel like you can make it in any city, including Cincinnati, Ohio. I just felt like I needed to put myself more in a position where I can meet the people who might make that difference. Because I've been doing what I've been doing, getting the results I've been getting where I've been. So, you know, I ain't insane.
Exactly. You be able to reach out to those who, you know, actively at that level. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that. Um, okay, I saw a couple of pictures on Instagram, tattooed up, in shape. What's your workout regimen, man? How do you keep in shape?
Honestly, man, I don't really work out not that much no more. But I would say that calisthenics, man, leave all them weights and shit alone. Pull ups, push ups, dips. And you get your core right. You have that shit forever, man. I ain't gotta work out in like 6 months. I'll be straight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just get your core, I say core, calisthenics, all that P90X type shit. Sometimes I'll break out, do a little bit of all that type shit. I need to do more though. Yeah.
What's the message that ProdiReign is bringing to the entertainment community?
I always wanted to just convey, blessed are those who struggle, and it's such a blessing to actually struggle, and to know what that means in this life. That always, I talk my shit and I express myself, but if I could drive anything home, it would just be how intimate God can get with you.
That's what's up.
And how He can show Himself and how He could touch you in a way that, like, it ain't no second guessing. Like, He right there, like just like you right here. He right there, like so. I've experienced like things like that. So and I don't think I'm there yet as far as an artist to show such a thing. But I feel like that's my message, because I've seen some shit, man.
Yeah, and been brought out of it. Yeah, see, that's the most important thing. When you get to those situations where okay, that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That happened for me, but I know that wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I wouldn't be shit without God's guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, people look at what I do, or people see how I move, and they're like, man, you such a genius, plastic fool. I don't know shit. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing half the time. Yeah. I just know I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta know how. You just gotta know what you want, but you ain't gotta know how to do it. Yeah. As long as you believe in God and you know what you want to do,
it's gonna happen.
And it's something, and it's good. You already got it.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in that. He perfect. He perfect. We ain't no motherfucker on this earth perfect. Not me, not nobody else. That motherfucker is perfect.
Exactly.
You could believe in him. He gonna take you there.
And you take the same approach I take with that, cause with me, a lot of people get some older people get offended. You know what I'm saying? Cause I talk about my intimacy with God on a level of like, that's my motherfucker. Like, dog, I appreciate that shit you did for me, and
Facts.
I speak like that. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? But you got the holier people who like, don't use no words.
But see, this is the thing, and I always tell people, like, there are some things that you will never understand until you actually experience those things. Like, I done felt God cussing me, like, hey, motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to fathom to a person who haven't experienced, like, felt true God. Like, they know God. Like, I know some real genius people, real smart people. They know everything, but they ain't felt it. You ain't experienced it. You got a bunch of knowledge, but with no wisdom. Wisdom is experience. So you damn sure can't. But I never judge. But I don't expect for a motherfucker to judge me when I holler at him.
Exactly.
When I speak on what I've been through. So
that's what it is, man. What would you like? Just to say out to our audience, people who follow you, you know what I'm saying, in an appreciation or just a clear message from ProdiReign.
Any clear message, man? Just shit, goddamn it, keep believing in God. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. You fucking with a real one.
Yeah.
Follow the G. I will not disappoint. I got some shit coming up, and I'm definitely worthy of following. Junkies TV, so the most humblest guys I met. They really about to move in a crazy way. We linked up. It's getting crazy. You already know it, man. Prince Zilla, ProdiReign.
How can you be followed on social media?
Hit me up. ProdiReign, that's PRODI space REIGN. They probably gonna show y'all a clip right now with my little banner and shit.
Yes, sir.
This probably playing while I'm talking right now.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, that all that shit right there, man. ProdiReign, everything. And if you can't find me at ProdiReign for some strange reason, it's gonna be Prince-Zilla. Y'all already know it.
Yes, sir. Hey, definitely appreciate you, man. I appreciate your spirit coming through, and it's definitely an honor to meet you finally off the TV, off the screen, off the phone, right here in person. Hey, y'all check this guy out, man. I'm telling you, a humble soul. Follow, keep up, learn something, and definitely support the movement. ProdiReign in the building. Appreciate you, man.
Pedal on your faith, you gotta trust more. No disappointment in my face, this payback plus more. I'm from that ghetto, from that trench where niggas love war. That shit done rubbed off on my tactics, mogul-minded savage. So fuck these rappers and the wars them niggas up for. Let's turn respect into a check, some shit you cut for. Spilling bottles for that tears, sweat and blood pour. You appreciate it when you got it out the mud more. Same 247, 365, how I'm above yours. It's simple math when you the socket, what's the plug for?